Hello everyone, my name is Lena. I am a creator, and today we will go over the setup with the referent again. Not long ago, I released a lesson where we looked at this function and how it works. We did several generations. You can watch this lesson. It is still relevant and will be useful for you. So recently we got an update about this function, right? And now we can look at these random styles directly in the library. What is this function with the referendum? With the referendum, here we have, I'll show you now. See this code here, right? This code belongs to a specific style. So each number written after the word Sref, it will specifically mean this code. And if you want to enable this function in MidJourney, yes, and for MidJourney to randomly apply any style to your generation, you write Sref Random. And in this way, MidJourney generates a random number for this generation. Let's take a look now. For example, I wrote Sref Random and it just generates a random number for me, right? So you can independently just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on from your head. Very often, by the way, this was a common mistake in my course lessons when students wrote sref and, for example, a number, let's say 20, and they also attached an additional reference right there. And what happens at this moment? At this moment, MidJourney attaches a reference to your generation, which you attached with an image, and applies the style that belongs to number 20. So this is a very common mistake among students who, for example, wanted to write SW, let's say, but just write sref 20, forgetting that it might just be a function with ref random, or for example, not knowing about it and just making a random mistake. So it's glitching a little for me right now. Okay, let's try again. It's glitching a bit. So what did MidJourney introduce in this function? What updates have appeared on the MidJourney website? On our main page in Explorer, we can see, yes, image and video generation. Just 2000 random generations that MidJourney displays at its discretion on the main screen. Not long ago, an update was released and MidJourney finally compiled this library of styles and created a separate tab with styles where you can immediately try a specific style so you can observe, right? Here we have 3 images for example, this code, and you can immediately try this image, for instance, in your own generation, let's say. So that is, you can try this style, right? For example, you can add several styles and mix them, try it, right? So when we open it, we have a preview showing much more than 8 images, right? Because here the preview is of 3. Here, there are already 8 images, examples of this style. Let's try this specific style on our image with the hand. So we will delete this number and add this one.
Want to learn how to create stunning videos and images with AI? Then my courses are exactly for you. We dive into MidJourney, animation, video, and creative projects, Everything you need to feel confident in AI creativity. And it's not just theory, you'll get plenty of practice, feedback, and support. Click the link I left in the description and join the course. Let's start creating together.
And let's see what image we get. Here we have, for example, based on some style as well. So you basically write the prompt as you always do and add the style code with a reference. Yes, here we have a random style applied. By the way, here too, it's a random style. By the way, MidJourney still hasn't generated with Ref 20 for me. There are actually a huge number of them. I forgot how many billions, millions, and so on. So for example, our image according to the code that is indicated here. But by the way, it's very strange. It calculated this style for us. Here. Here we have with Ref 20. What style? I somehow used the indicator. Maybe we should try with the indicative, by the way, but you see, it seems like this style specifically wasn't counted. Or maybe some words have a very significant meaning here. Let's try just writing the word woman and see what happens. I also saw, well, I accidentally saw on the internet that you can adjust the value so that if some code isn't read with a certain value with an indicator, it starts being read. So look, I just wrote woman, entered this code. And here we have, please, immediately this style was shown by this prompt. Here, apparently, we have a rather overloaded prompt with words, tokens, yes, which ultimately makes the style unreadable. No, still not readable. So probably, most likely, better write shorter prompts or avoid using certain words that strongly affect the result. Make prompts. It's much easier to pull in some styles and experiment. So it's a great solution for those who don't know what to generate, in what style to generate, and so on. Because actually, I understand, especially beginners, especially those people who are just starting to generate, who are just starting to work with neural networks, right? They don't understand what to create, how to create, and so on. And they start copying a lot. I don't like copy paste at all. And for example, in my training, it's written in this font under each of my prompts that I will be very upset about copy pasting, because I teach my students to think about how and where to apply a function and how to, so to speak, modernize the image and make it unique. That's why we never copy completely, right? We try to develop our thinking, our imagination, and actually only through practice can you achieve this here. So gradually, step-by-step work will lead you to your own style, right? It's very important to develop your visual experience, and this approach can help you with that. You can throw in some styles, try to generate, create, and search for, so to speak, your own direction there. That is because let's just write the word hand. I won't translate the prompt now. Let's just write hand. Let's see what it creates like hand. So for example, with the word hand, we got this. The style accordingly is clearly readable. Here, in fact, there are a huge number of tokens in the prompt that greatly influence the style. Accordingly, it outweighs all of this. So try an experiment. I remind you, in the folder, write in Explore, There's a tab Styles, where we can look at styles, try them out, generate, and of course, have great experiments.
Combine styles and see you soon.